Maurice Ramos, professor at the Faculty of Education and the postgraduate program in Public Policies and Human Development at the State University of Rio de Janeiro, and researcher at the National Council of Scientific and Technological Development and the Rio de Janeiro State Research Foundation. Professor Ramos is one of Brazil's leading scholars in the field of vocational education and public policy, and I'm confident that today's seminar will help us better understand both the distinctive characteristics of the Brazilian TVET system and the broader debates shaping its development. I'm also especially pleased to see colleagues joining us from Brazil today. Please don't hesitate to contribute your perspectives and experiences during the discussion. We would love this seminar to become a genuine dialogue. Before we begin, let me briefly outline today's format. Dr. Ramos will speak for approximately 40 minutes, after which we will open the floor for questions and a broader discussion. Please feel free to write your questions in the Zoom chat throughout the presentation or save them until the end. We hope that today's seminar will serve as interactive as possible. So we warmly encourage everyone to join the discussion and share your perspectives. Just a brief technological note. To make our discussion as accessible as possible, we have arranged simultaneous interpretation between English and Portuguese. At the bottom of your Zoom window, you will see the globe icon. By clicking on it, you can choose your preferred interpretation channel. We also encourage our Brazilian colleagues to feel free to speak in Portuguese during the discussion if that is more comfortable. Our interpreter will ensure that everyone can fully participate in the conversation. With that, Marisa, thank you once again for accepting our invitation. The floor is yours.
Hi, everybody. I'm very happy in staying here with you. I speak in English. I try to speak in English. I hope I can be clear. I'd like to thank you for the invitation and for the opportunity to share with you a little about technical vocational education and training in Brazil. Here it's called as professional and technological education, but I will use both, okay? I hope I can contribute a little. And I will begin the presentation. I will share with you PowerPoint, and I hope you know. Oh, sorry. No, it's not good. Okay. Sorry. I'm here. Yes, I will share. Here, I expect you can see now. Okay?
Yeah.
It's okay? Oh, okay. Thank you. So, yes, here we are. Yes, I thank you for the presentation, and I will present some landmark in the history of vocational education in Brazil, in order to clarify some of its national specificities. Sorry. Oh, yes, here. Vocational training literature in Brazil considers the main landmark this decree 7566 that was published at 1909, the beginning of 20th cycle. This has created the schools of apprentice artisans in each of Brazilian federation. 19 schools at this time, okay? Later, here you have a timeline if you can follow. Later, during the developmentalist government, these schools that they were destined for to poor people, okay? But these schools gave rise to the Federal Network of Industrial Education. This is so important because Federal Network represents, during the history of technical education, it represents excellence in the training, in training technicians, and especially due the integration of specific training with general training. It's a specific, very important for us. We call it integrated training. Well, but after no, we can see at 19th a lot very important was 5692 published at 1971 during dictatorship in Brazil, the civil military dictatorship, but also economic economic contest, developmentalist that was associated, very associated with USA. So we had support by USA for training technicians. But this law has determined compulsory vocational training at secondary level. It was very important here in the story of education in Brazil. That has the function to training technicians for industry, and but also to restrict access to higher education. Later, it was followed by a law that suspended that compulsory because it was not good for society. And we had, from this time, we had two educational ways at secondary school. One based on general culture to prepare students to go to university, and another to prepare students or technicians to labor market. But I'd like to reinforce that Federal Network maintained as the most important institution that offer technical vocational education and training in Brazil. So after democratization, we had a new law for education, a new national education law, a law of guidelines and basis of national education that defined two levels of education, higher and basic, okay, university and the basic schools. Basic education was divided into early childhood, elementary schools, and secondary education. We will focus secondary education because it is the level that is linked to technical education. Well, Brazil has the tradition in offering technical vocational education integrated to secondary school. What I mean by integrated? It's offer basic education or general education concerned to secondary education and technical education in the same curricula. So federal schools, federal network, hoped to maintain that integrated form. However, during Fernando Henrique Cardoso government, a decree has banned such integration, has interdicted such integration. And so we had secondary school, a pathway, a way to form, and vocational education, other form, other modality to formation students. And it has defined three professional education levels: qualification or initial and continual training. No, this level of vocational education is destined to person no matter their educational backgrounds. That's the level that reports especially training, exactly training. Initial for those that don't have any profession, or they had not any educational backgrounds, or continue training to those that already have or a profession or either educational background. The other level was technical vocational at secondary level, but not integrated, okay? This is to when had yet secondary education, or secondary education was carried out. So you can say that technical vocational education at secondary level at this time was taken concurrently or concomitantly with secondary education or after it. And another level was technological vocational education, equivalent like university, okay, superior degree. Well, the interdiction to integrate technical education and secondary schools, secondary education, was very criticized because Brazil has the traditional in offering technical education integrated to secondary schools. And it was also recognized by quality. The market label recognized the formation, the quality of this formation at federal schools. So during Lula's government, the integration was possible again by another decree, okay? And so technical vocational education was organized as follows, as you can see. By a subsequent form, I mean, technical education is carried out after secondary level. Articulated forms, so that technical education is carried out concomitantly at the same time with secondary level. But yes, it may be in the same institution. That was very common in federal schools. In different institutions. And also in different institutions with the same educational project. It is called the intercomplementary offer. And another form, very important, is exactly integrated form. General education and technical education is offered in the same curricula. And we have this nowadays, but with some differences because of a new reform that was carried on during Temer and Bolsonaro government, and revealed by third Lula's government. But we can recognize here the basic vocational education and training structure in Brazil. But I'd like to say you also that during Lula's government, you had three expansion plan of the federal network. The first and the second during Lula's 1 and 2 and Dilma government. And the third one is carried out nowadays. So we can see that another landmarks are also important, and I have said already said about them. That is the creation of federal institutions or federal institutes. I mean, they are that institutionality, federal institutes. They were created by transforming and aggregating the existing federal schools, and also creating new ones, so that nowadays federal network is formed by federal institutes. Yes, exactly. And they are characterized by being multi-campus. One institute has a lot of campus. They offer professional education at all levels and modalities, and they conduct research and also technological extension. I have said that during Temer and Bolsonaro government, we have a significant reform in secondary education, so that technical education became a pathway within secondary education, with a workload by 600 to 1,400. And so we can say, but it's polemic, that the integrated form nowadays is carried out by an existing pathway and itinerary within secondary school. Okay? In third Lula's government nowadays, a new law maintained technical education as a pathway within secondary school, secondary education, but increased the workload to 900 to 1,800. And you I have already said a new plan, a new expansion plan. I'll tell you now about national regulations. How technical education and vocation is ruled in Brazil. Well, Brazilian state has some bodies, executive, legislative, and also juridic, but the rules. The professional education in Brazil is regulated by executive and legislative state bodies, and also by civil societies. In executive one, you have a Ministry of Education, and also Ministry of Labor. The first one rules course offering, and the second one rules occupational organization and regulation. Legislative bodies approve educational and professional laws, and the civil societies, corporate organization oversee professional practices. Here we have some landmark also, regulations landmarks. National curriculum guidelines for professional and technological education. This is it organized professional and technological education, or technical and vocational education, are organized by technological access. I mean, grouping of courses identified by knowledge, skills, attitudes, values, emotion, some details that should guide the curricular organization, giving identity to the professional profiles. These guidelines determine also some parameters that the course offering may follow. Okay, some of that you can see here. So we have so I will not talk about all these items, but there are some items disposed on the National Catalog of Technical Courses. Yes, because we have guidelines, but the organization, the course organization, is disciplined by the access into a national catalog of technical courses. And these are some items that rules the courses organization, the planning, courses planning. Now about Ministry of Labor regulations. We have Brazilian classification of occupations, BCO, or in Portuguese, CBO. It's reported also to the International Occupational Classification. This is organized based on some conceptual basis, but I will talk about two that. One is the occupation concept. Okay, it is an aggregation of jobs by common cognitive skills required in a field of work, composed of a set of similar jobs that constitute a professional field. It established two dimensions of competences. We will talk about competence later. The level of competence that say about complexity, scope, and responsibility of the activities performed, and domain of competence that are characteristics of the work context, such as area of knowledge, function, economic activity, etc. This form an enumerative classification that is used for statistical purpose and administrative codes. We have documents where we have to say the code of our profession. And this descriptive classification, that is an inventory in detail of the activities performed at work. Here I have an example that about this organization, this classification, some nomenclature that is used. The work field is classified, or the work field structure is classified by major groups, main subgroups, unit groups, or occupational families and occupation. We have here we have some numbers about the BCO, the 1904 and BCO that rules nowadays. Okay. And another example is a demonstration about levels of competence, how major occupational groups are classified in according to levels of competence. So you can see that armed force occupation and managers and senior officers related to strategic professional in state bodies, for example, they are not classified because they are considered strategical. I can see that so elevated competence level. The other one, professional, is not complete, but they are profession of science and the artist profession. They are classified at the upper, okay, the more elevated level of competency, level 4. So you have technician and associated profession. So technical vocational is related to this level of competence, level 3. And so you have other workers, other field. They are classified as 2. We have also level 1 at the past BCO. Nowadays, you have all these workers that they don't demand an structured formation, okay? Reported to a scholarship or educational background. Yes, so here you can give a panorama about also the organization of BCO. We have title of occupation, summary description, general work condition, the relationship with international code, and also work with resources. Now, this subject it's very complex, so that I will not talk too much about it, but I gave an idea how how the discussion about theoretical concept of technical education is conducted here in Brazil. I may say that during 2000 years, we have a great discussion about technical vocational education theoretical conception. This discussion has opposed the qualification and competence model, especially around the restricted qualification concept as stock of knowledge. This concept would no longer correspond to current professional profiles. It would not be sufficient to define labor market after productive restructuration with informational technologies, for example. So the concept of competence or competence notion was largely used in substitution. But we think, and that is a discussion and the studies in Brazil, that opposition between qualification and competence can be overcome by qualification concept as a social relation, defined as relationship between characteristics of jobs, workers, demands or qualification of workers, and labor relations. So you utilize, we use Ivan Schwartz. He is, I think he's work labor sociologue from France. He defines three dimensions of qualification: conceptual, social, and experimental. Concepts is concerned to structuring concepts of work, the knowledge that structure the occupation, the work, that is validated by courses and diplomas. For example, we can relate the levels of competence at BCO, the Brazilian classification of occupation, to the educational background and the complexity of formation. So that defines the conceptual dimension of qualification. Another one is social, that is concerned to codes, norms, and ethical political agreement of access, protection, and exercise in world, normally ruled by corporation and or political organization. And the third one is the experimental dimension of the qualification that concerns to actual work performed by profession, so that competence would be considered the experimental dimension of qualification. I mean, competence is attribution of requirements to work acquired and demonstrated in the exercise at actual work. So that if we consider competency as a reference to jobs, we need to consider also consider a social dimension of this job, the organization, and the conceptual dimension. So that using qualification, the concept of qualification as a social relation, it is not necessary make a substitution. Not to use the qualification and use only competence. We think that you may use both if we have that large comprehension, understand about qualification. I did a relationship between international literature and the notion of competence in Brazil. International literature, I use two authors. They are from France. That in professional sense, competence is the ability to act in face of events and with a low margin of prescribed work. And in a cognitive sense, competency is concerned to practical intelligence, the mobilization of knowledge in action. In CBO in Portuguese, or VCO in English, levels of competence are concerned the both sense of competence, because they consider, as I have said, they consider complexity, scope, and other responsibility of the activities performed. I think that this is concerned exactly for what concerned to what professional competence is demanded, enacted by mobilizing knowledges. It is concerned to, how CBO define level of competence is concerned to professional sense of competence and also cognitive sense of competence. but we have, it's not exactly assessment, but it's the inventory of competence, investigation of competence that it's made to define professional perfil, I don't know exactly. Is CBO, well, I can see competence investigation produce lists of activities and performance because competences cannot be objectively translated. So, all when we have a list of competence, we have actually a list of activities. And at BCO in Brazil, there is a description, classification of the tailored activity performed at work. So I think with this organization, this CBO or BCO organization, it presupposes the conceptual, relational, and experimental dimensions of qualification. So I reinforce here that if we understand the qualification and competence like this, we have not exactly an opposition, okay? But this is about work, the labor world. But at the educational world, the use of competency is related to teaching and practical activities. So that there is a strong critique of disciplines. The use of competence in Brazil don't consider the disciplines organization, and the consequence is a fragmented curricula, and it is a problem for us. So here we have how educational field, educational world consider use of competence. Like professional competence, personal capacity to mobilize, articulate, integrate knowledge, skills, etc. I want to say that it's concerned to the cognitive sense. And nowadays, there is an intention to utilize also social emotional competence. But it's a polemic subject, okay? But what you can say now is that at the National Catalogue of Course, we have professional graduation profile, perfil, in Portuguese profile, defined by skills and knowledge. But they call skills and knowledge, but actually they are activities that may be developed by the professional. Well, that's a synthesis that in Brazil we have studies that criticize competency model by these reasons. Competency model try to objectify what is subjective, tend to reduce the importance of systematized knowledge, waking the conceptual dimension of qualification. It may also individualize professional regulation. That means that this awaken also relational dimension of qualification, and strength this experimental dimension of qualification. I said that I think it's a complex subject, but I may only give you some ideas. Now we have 10 minutes. I will try to show you the organization, our organization. I will talk only about federal network. We have also the apprentissage system. We call S system. In Portuguese, Senai, Senac, Senat, etc. But it's another subject. Now, I gave a panorama about federal network. We can see how it is organized. I will not talk about each item. And also the extension, more than 600 units and 4,500 technical and technological courses. Here we have an idea about the courses, the access, field or access, which organizes the course. Information and communication is the access more frequent. Industrial control and process is the second one. And like this, as you can see. Here we have Brazil maps and the geographic distribution of the provision of technical and vocational education in Brazil. We have these institutes, federal institutes, like I saw University, Technological University 1, the Federal Center of Technological Education 2, but maybe they will be a university, technological university, and technical schools linked to federal university, and a college or a school that is federal and traditional in Brazil that also offer technical education. We have some graphics, and I will show what's possible. And we can see the following. An important, significant overall increase starting by 2021. Okay, is this graphic that ascends at this period. We can also see the relationship, the relation between public offering and private offering. The blue one shows public offering that is greater than private offering. We can see here about the forms of offers. Like I have showed, integrated form, subsequent form, and concomitant, related to secondary education, okay? So the integrated form has increased nowadays, okay? You can see 293, it's an increase. But the subsequent form is the most frequent because it's this it is done to the workers that has already concluded secondary school. But we can see an inversion apart from 224. Here is the relationship between private and public also. It's like the other graphic. Here we show the federal offer. It's the green line. State offer the schools to the federation units in Brazil, and the private offer. Federal and state are public offer, okay? And the red line is private offer. Here, I don't know if you can see well, but that's an idea about the geographic distribution of enrollments. So you can see the concentration of enrollments in Southwest region, Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, and Minas Gerais, followed by Northwest region, two units or two states, Bahia, and also three, Pernambuco and Ceará. And also an important participation of the South region. We can compare that with the Brazil maps. I think we have saw North region has not a big offer of technical vocational education, and it is concentrated in Southwest region. That is the center, more dynamic, productive, more that is more productive, dynamic. And finally, we can see it's a hot graphic. No? We can see the main axes, technological axes that are offered where low enrollment are concentrated. So environment and health, it's very important. Management and business, information communication, industrial controls and process, and natural resources. They are the main one. And it is very concerned to complexity of labor and scholarship demand, background, educational background. So these are the axes that really demand technical education. And so this is the last one. I have 2 minutes. I show you about a study that you can access. That is a study carried out by an important institute in Brazil, IPEA, that analyze with data the Brazilian Geographical Statistical Institution, IBGE. This is this study. It make a link about qualification and technical education, or technical training and technical education, and the occupational taxes. So here we have a comparison about the population that is the public that is eligible to take a professional qualification course, and we can see that 3%, sorry, a percentage that is doing a course, a qualification course, a vocational course, and who has completed in Brazil. There is it's related also with years, with age groups, so that you can see that the older persons are who go to a qualification, go to that search qualification course, training, education. And here we can see about secondary technical education, the relationship between people that are has a condition to study technical vocational education and the percentile. And here we have also the information that people, the oldest people search technical secondary education also. But it is interesting think that in Brazil, people go to labor markets earlier. And so if you have, we have a little percentile, the group with 14 to 17 years course in technical vocational education, maybe it means that people go to labor market without a technical education or a qualification education, training education. To finish, because I have already used my time, we can see the relationship between the tax of occupation related to formed person. The occupation, the labor occupation tax increase a little for them has for them has completed vocational training and secondary educational training. So there is an important contribution of the training, education and training in to the occupational taxes. Here we relate the earnings, okay? How the salary can increase or not if people do technical vocational education and training. So all the graphics shows that it is also an increase in the earning range. It's the last information I can bring to you is that this graphic, it's not very clear. We may study it, but what we would like to say that is the most important field that demand technical education is environment and is some type, sorry, I don't, the word saúde, the word came not here. I can, sorry. Health, yes. You can see here the environment and health, but I'd like to remark health is the access where where the courses, mainly courses, are offered. And it's also the field, the labor field that demands the formation, the technical vocation formation, especially nursing associated professions. Other one, they demand also, but they are fields that persons, workers may be formed as technical, as a technician or not. And the last one is a panorama about the fields that demands and employ technician like that, like you can see. Well, I'm very happy. I'd like to thank you also for the tolerance. I'd like to present some acknowledgement to thank you people that aided me to prepare this presentation, like a doctoral candidate that I supervise, Cesar, also technician that has prepared the statistical information, another research that supervised the statisticians technical, and my friend Osmar that has supported or oriented the use of English language that for me was not very easy, but I'm very happy if you have understand the presentation. Okay, here are my contacts.